name is Hal. This is Quail Studios Guitar. Thanks for being here. Who have we got here today? We got Dean. Hello, Dean. There we go. There we go. Let's see. PH Speed. Don't know who that is. Hi, Hal. And Dean. Hello. Bob is here. Good morning, Dean. Albert. Hello, Albert. Now on the right account. Excellent. Thanks for being here, guys. Hey, we're going to talk a little bit about alternating bass. And we're going to talk a little bit about walk downs and walk ups. Like that. So what happens here is that when you're playing a chord, especially, it works really well to work on this. Hello, Scott. Good to see you. It's really good to use this and start this with open position chords. We can go to bar chords, and we will talk about that in a minute. But you know what happens here is that bar chords are very like open position chords. E, A, D is really good. Let's go through everything. Let's start with an A chord here. Okay, so for you people who might understand a little bit about chords, there's 3 notes in a chord, like in a major chord or a minor chord, and here's an A chord. And we have a root note. That's when I put a note on the screen, or a chord on the screen. Let me pull up some chords here for you to look at. Here's my open position chord chart. Let's see if I can get that to where it'll work. No. I'm trying to get it to where I can move it around. How come I can't move it around? There it is. I'm going to move it more into the center. You can see here these chords. You've got a D chord in the upper left-hand corner. Let's look at the D chord. You'll notice that I've got, here, let me pull up a D chord. You'll notice that there are 2 X's, one on the low E string, one on the low A string, and then the D string is open. That's called the root note. Okay, the next note up is actually the 5th of the chord. And when you play alternating bass, start with the root note. It sounds really good to start with the root. Do you have to start with the root note all the time? No. My guitar does not sound good. I'm gonna, excuse me while I fix this a little bit. Yeah, it's a little better. So root note, and then the upper note right there. Okay, that sounds really good. Now this note right here is actually an A note. So you can alternate going from the root up to the A, or guess what? You can go down to the A like this. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's a D chord. Let's go to another chord. Let's go up the scale and go to the E chord. There's an E chord. So an E chord, you'll notice that there's no X's on this particular chord. Everything is just open. You've got the open E, right? So that low note is the root note. So I would alternate between the low E and the A, excuse me, not the E, the A string. That note is a B note. It's called the 5th of the chord. So it's like the root, 5th, root, 5th, root, 5th. Like that. Let's go to another chord. Let's go to the F chord. Where's my F? There's a picture of Johnny Cash. He did a song called I Walk the Line. Let me see here. You know, I don't think I have. I'm going to talk a little bit about I Walk the Line because it's got alternating bass notes in it. I was trying to find my F chord. Where's my F? There it is. There's my F chord. I was trying to find it. I guess I didn't put it on my regular chords. Let me see here. Hold on. Yeah, I'll do it later. So when you play an F chord like this, that's your root note right there on the D string 3rd fret. Now the next note up is actually the 3rd, right? So if you want the 5th, you're going to have to alternate like this, or put your ring finger on the C note, which is the A string 3rd fret. Now if you do the bar chord, you can use that low root. Let me see if I can find my... There it is. I knew I had it somewhere. You can start with that low root right there on the F, and then go to this note, which is the 5th. What's nice about bar chords is that the root is here, 5th is on the next string. Hello Dermot, how you doing? You ought to get to know Albert, Dermot, because Albert is from the UK also. He's from the Netherlands, and Dermot, you're from it was just right there. Where'd it go? Ireland. You know, you're in the same part of the world. Okay, here we go. Let's see. There's my F chord. So F major. Let's see, what else should we do? After F, let's go to the G. Some people do the G like this, right? Some people do it like this, right? So if you play either one, the only difference there is putting your 3rd finger on the D note, 3rd fret B string. Now on this, the root is right here on the low string. The next note, the next string is the 3rd. So if you want the root 5th alternating bass, skip over to the open D string, excuse me. So it goes E string, D string, E string, D string, like that. Okay, let's see, let's go to the A chord. There we go. Got an itch. A chord, here's the root, and then the next string up is the 5th. Or you can go down to that low E, because it's the same note, right? The low E or the higher E. Albert and Dermot are getting to know each other in the chat. That's great. Okay, let's go to the next chord. Let's do the B. We're going to go to a B7 because that's the one that's in the song I Walk the Line. If we play the bass note there, which is the root note, on the 2nd fret, that's your root note. This one is the 3rd. It sounds okay. But if you want the 5th, you can go down to right there, 2nd fret, E string. Let's go to a C chord. Your root is here. The next note up on the D string is the 3rd. The 5th is actually the G note, like that. Or you can use the low G, like that, and go like this. Or alternate your finger like this, back and forth, right? Let me put my camera a little bit closer. Like this. But some people like to do this, where they put both fingers on the C note and on the G note at the same time. Okay, so I think we've covered just about everything. We covered the D. Did we? Yeah, we covered the D. Kind of started with the D a little earlier. Let's go back to this Johnny Cash song called I Walk the Line. And you can listen to it. You can look it up on YouTube or whatever. And it's really kind of fun because it starts out with a run. Something like this. It starts out on a run on the low E string. Like that. So it does this run from open 2, 4 to the A chord. Let's see, is that the right alternating bass? Yeah. Then he does a run on open 2, 4 to the D chord. And he does back and forth D, A, string, D, and then he does a little run down opposite direction, A. Well, actually goes up. Goes up to the E note, to the D string, and then he goes down to E. And then he goes to B7. So we're doing that B note and that D sharp note. Then we go back down to the E. Now when he's singing, he just kind of sits there on that E because he's going to play in the key of E, and he goes, Oh, you know what I should tell you? The original recording of I Walk the Line, it sounds like it's in F. So it sounds like there's a capo on like that. That's what it sounds like, because it's in the key of F. It's a little bit out of tune. It's probably because of the tape technology that they had back then. Oh, Dermot, let me look at the chat just for a second to me. Dermot says, Hal, I really enjoy your short posts showing one chord at a time. Great for revision, even if you're an experienced player. Thank you, Dermot. Yes, the last time I did some videoing, I did some short videos and in updating my chord videos, because when I first started doing chord videos, they were pretty long. By that I mean they were 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes for one chord. So I decided, hey, I'm going to do some short videos for a chord. So that's why I did that. So let's go back to I Walk the Line for a second. So when he's doing this, on the recording he starts humming an E note. Then he starts singing, I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. Right? So he does that. Now when he goes from the first verse to the second verse, so he walks up, open 2, 4 to the A chord. Then he goes back and forth between that A note and the E note. And then he starts humming an A. Right there. I keep a very, very... Oh, I'm sorry. Goes to an E chord. I find it very, very easy to be true. Now, Johnny Cash has a really low voice, and I do not. I'm actually a tenor, so it's difficult for me to sing it that low. I could sing it an octave higher. I find it very, very easy to be true. I find myself alone when words are. I find myself alone when each day is through. So he goes through verse 2. After verse 2, he goes, walks up to D. Same thing, open 2, 4 on the A string to the D chord. Then he hums a D. As sure as night is dark and day is light, I keep you on my mind both day and night. Whatever it is. So he does that back and forth, and then he goes from D, verse 4. He goes back down to A. Now he's playing in different keys every verse. It's pretty cool. So he goes back down to the key of A, hums A. You've got a way to keep me on your side. I don't know the words very well. Dun, da, da, dum, dum, da, 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 da. Gets done with that verse, walks down to E. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. Now these run notes, these running notes, they're in the key. A lot of times when I was just starting out and I didn't know very much about theory, I didn't worry too much about, oh, what notes am I playing? I just said to myself, yeah, that sounds right. Now if you go, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. So you can find these notes. Now right there, when you go back and forth, what's nice about those runs up to those chords is they're on the same frets. Open 2, 4, A chord. Open 2, 4, A, D chord. Now let's go to a C. To F. To G. These are a little bit different, aren't they? I'm on C, and I go to D, to F, I go open, 2, 3. 3, 2, open, 3. 3, 2, open, 3. 3, 2, open, 3. And that's what you do for the key of C or the key of G. Oh, I'm almost going to sneeze here, excuse me. I don't know why. It's a little cool in my studio this morning. So those are walk downs. And you can also do you can use bar chords and do alternating bass back and forth. Root, fifth. So for a bar chord that's based on an E chord, your bass note is here, your fifth is here. E string, A string. You can go the other way. Oh, no, you can't. I was thinking something else. Oh, you can go up to here. That's what it is. Now, when you do a D chord, this kind of a bar chord, it's based on an A chord. Hello! Welcome. I can't read it. It looks like Taiwanese, or I don't know if it's Japanese or Taiwanese. So those, you can do that for alternating bass for bar chords also. All right, very good. Anybody have any questions? I'm gonna put my camera up here and see what's going on. Here we go. So alternating bass notes, those are really, really good. Let's see, Joseph Glasso. Didn't know you went live, Hal. Good morning. Yes, I go live every Friday, my time, 10:15 in the morning. That's what I've been doing lately. I'm at Mountain Daylight Time in the United States. So wherever it is where you are, you can figure out what time you go live. Just want to show you some appreciation. Hey, thank you. Thank you for posting videos. I learned a lot from you. God bless. Well, thank you very much, Rick. Very, very good. Check out my channel. I post sometimes the day before, sometimes a couple of days before when I'm going to go live. And if you're subscribed to my channel, then you'll probably get a notification. I guess you have to ring the bell or something like that. And you can see when I go live. All right, very, very good. Dean, you're silly. Why is there air? Here he goes. Let me put my headphones away. I've been having my headphones up there the whole time. All right, guys. Oh, Joseph, thank you so much. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you very much for donating some money to me. This is what I do for a living, my friends, is I teach piano and guitar. I have students during the week. I taught like 30 lessons this week, some of them online, some of them here local. And I communicate also with people, with friends, and with supporters at Subscribestar and at Patreon. And you can become a supporter, a subscriber if you like, a supporter. Also, go to, you're with Tom Strail on Mondays. Fantastic, Joseph. That's fantastic. Yeah, I get there sometimes, don't I? What happens, I'll just tell you really quick. I have lessons in the morning on Monday, about 2 hours before Tom goes live. And I think he starts before I get done with my lessons. And sometimes I have other things to do, and sometimes I get on there and I see a notification that he went live, so I get on and check out what he's doing. Yeah, I really appreciate Tom Strail too. All right, very, very good. Appreciate you being here. Let's see. Oh, you can also donate to me at PayPal. You'll find the link in the description, and I will send you my book. I have chords in my book. I have a theory book that you can also get, and also I'll send those to you if you become a supporter, and you get updates every month. All right, and if you have questions, email me at lessonswithhal@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you. All right, very good. Joseph, Dean, thank you for being here. Rick, thank you. Dermot, Albert, Bob, all you good supporters are here, and anybody else that has not gotten on here, or some people that I can't understand what your name is because you're in a different language. I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. All right, we'll see you later. I'm going to go hang out with my supporters. Details are in the description, and you can figure out what's going on. Let's see. I learned "Here Comes the Sun" and "In My Life" from you. Fantastic. Yeah, those are really important songs. I really love it. Right? Oh, how's it go? There it is. Yep, really, really important songs. Very good. All right, guys.